Hello there and welcome to the program. Today we are coming to you from the University of Liverpool, where I graduated with a Master of Arts degree in politics and mass media in 2005. That is about 17 years ago. And why am I sharing my story? This is for the benefit of those who would like to know about education opportunities abroad. And I will do this in relation to similar experiences by my two friends who've traveled the same journey. That is Frank Mutulu and Timothy Otieno. We are birds of a feather. We are all journalists by training. We all passed through the School of Information Sciences, Moore University, different years, and we are all beneficiaries of the prestigious Chevening Scholarship. How does that sound? So, na hapa kuna Wakenya wengi. Let's begin this conversation from Brunel University in London, where I met award-winning KTN reporter Timothy Otieno in October 2022, and he had just completed his master's studies in international journalism and graduated with a distinction.
Imagine 1 year is
It
gone.
was just the other day.
It's been interesting, you know, a new place, new culture, new people. It's the longest I've been away from home. I've never been away from my family more than a year.
The entire
I've been
year.
throughout.
You never got a break to go back home?
I never got a break to go back home.
Yeah.
At first, adjusting was difficult because I came at around the same time last year. So baridi tulikuwa inaingia. I think 2 weeks after I arrived, winter began. I've actually just completed my master's in international journalism at Brunel University, courtesy of a Chevening scholarship.
As we stroll in the campus, Otieno, who is a very ambitious, energetic journalist with the spirit of a go-getter, reminds me how we knew each other, and this was at a mentorship talk at Moore University.
That was in 2014.
Oh yeah, I
if I'm not
remember.
wrong.
You reached out to me for me on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Then I responded.
I sent you a DM. Nikasema, I'm a student. I need mentorship. I am passionate about journalism. I'm looking for somebody to hold my hand.
And that's where this journey began.
And that's where this journey began. And I remember you called me. Those times you used to do these campus talks. Sijui kama bado unazifanya.
Nazifanya.
Yes, you used to do those campus talks.
I remember I came to your class.
Yeah, so you
gave a talk.
Yeah.
Na ukasema nisaidie attachment.
Social interaction is very important. We've been engaging in activities, interaction and all that. I've been exploring different kinds of jobs.
Now, the Chevening Scholarship is an international scholarship funded by the British Foreign and Commonwealth Office that lets foreign students with leadership qualities study at universities in the United Kingdom. The scholarship is for master's degrees. Beneficiaries come from various disciplines including communication, health, economy, environment, politics, and so on. A master's degree in the UK takes 1 year.
The Chevening scholarship, a colleague of mine told me about it. She just sent me a WhatsApp link. I gave it a try, I applied. It's a year-long process. From the point you apply until the day you travel to come and study is exactly 1 year.
In Otieno's cohort, about 63,000 students applied worldwide, with only 1,638 being picked. During that year, 3,000 Kenyans applied and only 38 were successful. The scholarship caters for travel expenses to and from your country, full tuition fees, and a monthly stipend to cover living expenses. Tuition fees varies depending with the course and university. It could be between 17,000 and 24,000 sterling pounds, or about 2.5 to 3.7 million Kenya shillings with the current exchange rate. Monthly stipend is about 1,500 pounds or 230,000 in Kenya shillings. To qualify, an applicant must be a citizen of a Chevening eligible country or territory. The applicant must return to their country of citizenship for a minimum of 2 years after the studies. The applicant must have completed all components of an undergraduate degree that will enable them to gain entry onto a postgraduate program. The applicant must also have 2 years of work experience.
And one of the stages in that particular process involves you writing essays and accompanying these essays with 2 recommendation letters. And by the way, Alex, I don't know whether you remember, you wrote for me 1 recommendation letter that made me actually be where I am right now. So I really, really thank you for that. You are one of the people who wrote for me the recommendation letters. I can never forget. And I bugged you, but you were so gracious and you were able to do it.
I'm glad you did it. Thank you.
So because of that, I'm here and I'm hoping I'll also be able to do the same for someone else.
What would you tell people who are looking for scholarships? In fact, people will be calling you, I need a scholarship. Where do we begin? What do I do? Help me, fix me. People will ask, oh, nionyeshe mjia. What would you tell people?
I think personally what I've seen is, because a scholarship is someone investing in your education. It could be a government, it could be somebody paying your school fee. Nobody wants to invest in somebody who has not done anything with the little that they have. So first and foremost, you have to show that I'm down here, but with the little that I've had, I've been able to achieve this. Therefore, somebody can invest in that and make it big. So my challenge to anybody who's looking for a scholarship, don't look for a scholarship and be complacent where you are. Wherever that level is, do something. There's a lot of volunteering programs you can sign up for. There are a lot of free online courses you can do. There's a lot of work you can do at the grassroots level before you get the scholarship. A blessing comes to working hands. If you're working wherever you are, blessings will come. So for me, anybody who's applying, that would be my main challenge to them.
Now, applications for the 2023-2024 program are closed. Applications for the 2024-2025 program will open in August 2023. How has your 1 year here changed your life?
I think it has really improved my perspective, because sometimes when you're born somewhere, you work somewhere, you'll probably be married in the same place and then buried in the same place. You live in this bubble that you don't even know you are in it. But being able to do a scholarship that takes you out of your country and exposes you to a different culture, different people, different education system, it changes your thinking. Right now, even if I go back to Kenya, I'm not the same person who left Kenya 1 year ago. There's a way I view life holistically. So that change of perspective, I would say, is the biggest
You've got an exposure.
A lot of exposure.
Interacted with people from various nationalities.
Yes. Not only to interact with people from different nationalities, but also learned to do my journalism in a different way. I've been exposed to how the international media does its business, and I've been able to borrow the best out of it, but also critique some that is not good. You know, Alex, people always think that Europe is the best place on earth. There are other things that we do in our home country that they are not doing, that we also sort of
Timothy, being that we are all beneficiaries of the prestigious Chevening scholarship, the purpose is to go back home and share your knowledge or help your country to gain from your knowledge here. For me, I mean, I've been doing it. I mean, still coming to the UK, doing stories, educating Kenyans about the world, so that I took my knowledge back home. For you, how do you intend to use your knowledge?
I want to use my knowledge especially in the areas and in the interests that I feel are close to my heart as a journalist. And that for me is usually telling the stories of the underprivileged, less represented groups of people in the Kenyan society. And so with the skills that I've learned here, I'll be able to do that better than I used to. Because let me give you an example. When I came here, I didn't know how to operate a camera. You see, I did not have my own personal website. Now I know how to operate a camera. I have my own website. I can do podcasting. So previously, when I would do one story for you, Alex, that only goes on TV, going back now, I'll do one story that can go on TV, will go on my website, I'll be able to podcast the same episode. So it spreads that reach in terms of information and ensures that the impact that I used to have that only the TV audience got, now other people with other exposure to other platforms will be able to do so.
What would you tell those who want to study abroad and maybe they don't have a scholarship they're looking for, or rather there's no scholarship and they still want to study abroad?
I'm telling you, Alex, Studying abroad is a very expensive affair. I'm on a scholarship, but I've been able to see it because I had classmates who are self-sponsored. They would come to class and in the evening they go to work, doing even night shifts. Class ends at 5, somebody reports at 8 until 8 in the morning just to be able to get that extra coin to be able to pay their own school fee. So studying abroad is an expensive affair, and if you're not able to get a scholarship but you still have that urge that you want to come and do your studies abroad, then you first and foremost need to save a lot of money. And even if you've not reached your target, some universities offer even half scholarship, where if your school fee is 100,000, they pay for you 50,000 and you have to contribute the other 50. So try and get some savings, cushion yourself, and once you get here, look for a job. The beauty about Europe is that opportunities are there and they are in plenty, so long as you don't select any job. You know, when I came here, I put the title of journalist aside. You don't say, oh, me, I'm on TV, I'm always doing this. Opportunities are there. Put your ego aside and just be willing to work, because Europe is a place that embraces hard work, regardless of your background, ethnicity, religion, and creed.
Yeah, the jobs you would get are what we call odd jobs.
Yeah, odd student jobs. Jobs are, you work at a restaurant, you work at a football stadium, you work cleaning the trains, and you work in care homes. Care homes are really big here. Working as an English tutor, by the way, I work as an English tutor every weekend. I teach students English for 7 hours every weekend as just part of my upkeep and trying to keep myself busy during my free time. So jobs are there, student jobs, odd jobs as they are called. I don't see them as odd, but anytime you have an opportunity to keep your hands busy, you do it. So this sculpture was, it's one of the hallmarks and landmarks of Brunel University, and it symbolizes unity between faculty, the community, students.
Great. There is much more to come as we share our experiences studying abroad. We now take a short break. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. Today we are focusing on education opportunities abroad through my experience and that of my fellow beneficiaries of the prestigious Chevening Scholarship. Take a look. What do you do away from studies? In part one of the show, we interacted with KTN reporter Timothy Otieno at Brunel University in London. Otieno is now a proud holder of a master's degree in international journalism, thanks to the Chevening Scholarship. Time now for another beneficiary of the same scholarship who has just begun his studies, Frank Mutulu. Frank. Nice to meet you. My interaction with him begins at his residence in Southwark in central London.
Yeah, but it was relatively easy. Okay, we used the underground.
No, to me a train here. Mutulu is an alumnus of Kiambu High School. He is employed by the Parliamentary Service Commission as a media relations officer at the Senate. His background is journalism and communication. He is a fellow alumnus of the School of Information Sciences, Moi University, and at some point we worked together at Royal Media Services. I will tell you where he is pursuing his studies in a moment, but just to let you know, it takes about 45 minutes by foot from here, but we choose to board a bus. It will take us about 25 minutes.
What's the name of this app? It's called City Mapper.
City Mapper.
Yeah.
Wow, I know you are eager to know the university Mutulu selected. There you are. The prestigious London School of Economics and Political Science in central London, near River Thames. Mutulu is pursuing a Master of Science in Media, Communication and Development.
It's nothing short of humbling, you know, just to imagine that the third president of Kenya walked these corridors, the same corridors that I'm walking into, that he entered the old building that was established in about 1920. I'm also still getting into the same building. It's nothing short of humbling. And just to imagine, you know, when people just talk about Kibaki, they say he was a graduate of the LSE and a very distinguished economist. Yeah, just to be in these hallowed grounds.
It's a small world.
It's very, very humbling.
Remember, the Chevening Scholarship is not just for journalists. Beneficiaries come from various disciplines. There are over 50,000 Chevening alumni globally since the scholarship started in 1983. Chevening has provided scholarships to at least 18 current and former heads of state.
The Chevening Scholarship is one of the most prestigious scholarship award programs in the world. And without saying, then it is very competitive in terms of application and also the number of people who are awarded this scholarship. The going number is about 55,000 people apply globally, and about 2 to 3% end up receiving the scholarship award. Taking it back home, about 2,929 applicants applied in this period in Kenya, and only 37 people received the scholarship award. This translates to about 1.3% in total. I got to know about the award courtesy of a tweet that had been sent out by the British High Commissioner, Her Excellency Jane Marriott, where she was calling applicants to apply for this prestigious award. This was sometime in 2021. In October 2021 of the same year, just a few weeks after her call to invitations, I got onto the website and I looked at the requirements for a Chevening award. And the first step into getting this prestigious award is you have to write 4 essays, each totaling to about 500 words.
One important thing to note is that it is not about connections or who you know. Everything is on merit.
The first essay is on leadership. The second essay is on networking. The third one is on why you want to study in the UK. And the fourth one being your career path thereafter. So you need to demonstrate clearly in your essays that you do possess leadership skills. You also have to demonstrate that you are a good networker. And also you have to show that there's a clear relation between the reason why you want to study in the UK and how your graduate degree is then going to be able to contribute to your career. And not only your career, because you also expected, as a Chevening scholar, you're expected to give back to society. So yeah,
to gonna change Kenya, for example.
Indeed, yes. So you're also able to plug in and help in various areas within your home country, and largely contribute to what the UK is doing in Kenya.
Once the essays are reviewed by independent reading committees, the scores are passed back to local British embassies or high commissions, which will produce a shortlist of those who they will invite to interview. Notifications to the selected applicants will then follow. Shortlisted candidates will then be requested to submit 2 references and their education documents prior to their interview date. Candidates from all over the world are interviewed by panels at British embassies and high commissions. The results are normally announced from the month of June onwards. The final step is for candidates to submit at least one unconditional UK university offer, and this is normally during the month of July. Remember, applications for the 2023-2024 academic year are closed. Applications for 2024-2025 program will open in August this year.
I'm on a student visa that expires in 90 days, but we also, once you arrive in the UK, you get a biometric residence permit. So the biometric residence permits usually span the duration of your degree, and it gives a few months after to accommodate the duration that you're supposed to graduate. And in this case, I believe I'll do my studies well and I'll perform well, and I will graduate in December 2023. And my BRP then expires in January 2024. As a student, you're allowed to work for a maximum of 20 hours in a week, but the programs are very demanding, and balancing school and work would be a very competitive and tall order. So Chevening actually encourages, since they're catering for your tuition, for your stipend, they give you all the reason to focus on your education so that you can get the best in terms of the intellectual knowledge, and be able to pass your papers and go back to your home countries and be of immediate impact. I'm currently on study leave, so once I'm done with my degree program, I will definitely head on back to the Parliamentary Service Commission and just continue giving service to the public.
Wow, a great inspirational journey there by Frank Mutulu. How about yours truly? Yes, while Timothy Otieno has just completed his studies as Frank Mutulu begins his, mine is 17 years ago. I completed my Master of Arts degree in Politics and Mass Media at the University of Liverpool in 2005 thanks to the Chevening Scholarship. Let me share some memorable moments about my stay at the university. Now, during my stay here at the University of Liverpool, this is where I would call home. Yes, I lived here for 1 year, doing everything for myself, including cooking. Quite nostalgic. And I was a good user of this library, Sydney Jones Library. I'll show you a picture during my time here. Take a look. This extension was not here. There was time for everything, including recreation. Let me show you the park where I would come to relax. Great, this is where I used to attend classes. Now, another memorable thing during my stay here at the University of Liverpool is that I was a regular user of the Sports and Fitness Center, and what I loved most was the swimming pool, heated swimming pool. Wow, it sounds good, isn't it? Nothing much to add. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And on behalf of the Chams media crew that made this production possible, many thanks for watching. From Liverpool, I'm Alex Chamada. See you again next time.